Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of OHKO Radio. So today, VMAX Rising has been revealed, and we need to start off with a lovely look at Boltund V. Still got a soft spot for Boltund, seeing that it was one of the Pokemon on my playthrough Sword. Well, it was Shield actually the first time. No, it was Sword. That doesn't matter. What matters is Boltund V. And if we start off with the basics, we got 200 HP, which is... it's fine. It's not particularly good. It's fine. It's quite a bit better than Victini V's 180, and it's significantly worse than Zacian V's 220. It is fine. Retreat cost of 2 is kind of annoying because I'm pretty sure Boltund's supposed to be quite quick. And the weakness of fighting is not ideal. We've got a lot of good fighting weak Pokemon at the moment. Pokemon like OHKO V and Pikachu and Zekrom, which means people are going to want to play Pokemon to beat fighting weak Pokemon, and that will include you. But you are a lightning Pokemon, and being a lightning Pokemon is awesome. Being a lightning Pokemon means Electro Power to do extra damage, Thunder Mountain to reduce your attack cost, Tapu Koko Prism Star to get a little bit of extra damage onto the field, and it means that all these upcoming water Pokemon now are going to be weak to lightning. Hasn't been the case for a little while, will be now. Lapras VMAX starting to get a little bit of hype. But what does it actually do? Well, our translation here comes from the lovely Joe over at Cerebi.net. And the first attack for just a single lightning energy lets you search your deck for 2 lightning energy and attach them to your Pokemon in any way that you like. Now, I like this because you're always up. You're always in a better position at the end than when you started. If you're attaching an energy to accelerate an energy and then Boltund gets KO'd, you might as well have just put the energy on that other Pokemon. But if you're attaching an energy to accelerate 2 energy, that's pretty good. Plus you're a basic Pokemon, plus it's an attack for just a single energy, so it's not like you're going to need many resources to get this rolling. I mean, this is a turn 1 attack. Not going first, you're not allowed to attack turn 1 going first. But if you go second, this is a really nice turn 1 attack. You stick a single energy on there, and you go. Nice. Now, there is a counter-argument to the whole turn 1 attack thing, and that is this. We've got the combination of Thunder Mountain Prism Star and Tapu Koko Prism Star, and that has been fueling lightning decks for a while now. The theory is extremely simple. What you do is you play down the stadium, and you use Tapu Koko Prism Star to accelerate an energy. That essentially gives you free energy in a single turn. So you go second, drop Thunder Mountain Prism Star, use Tapu Koko Prism Star, and then you've got free energy on a Pokemon of your choice. And we've got really good options when we're using a Pokemon and attaching free energy if they're lightning. Maybe the best of which is the aforementioned Pikachu and Zekrom. For free energy, you do 150 and you accelerate free energy from your deck to one of your Pokemon. And that is better than attaching 2 extra energy. Sorry, but it kind of is. Now, we do love the fact that Boltund does search your deck for the energy. It's not from your hand, but Pikachu and Zekrom also searches the deck for your energy. But then again, you don't always get the combo with Pikachu and Zekrom. You don't always get that essentially free energy on turn 1. Boltund only needs to get that single energy and you're off and rolling. So that's kind of useful. And of course, they're not going to stop you using this to get the energy on so that you can use Pikachu and Zekrom's full blitz next turn. It's an option, ladies and gentlemen. It is absolutely an option. It's a good starting attack. It's good if you've got very little else. It's a nice option. But it's the second attack that's actually exciting us more. According to the lovely Joe over at Cerebi.net, what it does for a minimum 1 lightning, 1 colorless energy, this attack does 10 damage, plus 30 more damage for each lightning energy attached to all of your Pokemon. Oh. Yeah, that's pretty good. If you can pile a whole bunch of lightning energy, it needs to be lightning, not regular, but if you can get a whole bunch of lightning energy on your Pokemon in play, then all of a sudden you are doing a huge amount of damage here. And for some of you, this might sound a little bit familiar, and it probably should. It's Darkrai EX. the second Darkrai EX, the one that came around in Breakpoint. And that one did, for 2 colorless energy, 20 damage, plus 20 more for each darkness energy attached to all of your Pokemon. Let's be clear, this adds up faster than Darkrai. 2 energy on each, they're doing 60, you're doing 70. 3 energy on each, they're doing 80, you're doing 100, and the gap only gets bigger from there. The thing is that this Darkrai had a lot of tricks. That Darkrai for a while had Dark Patch to accelerate energy, Max Elixir to accelerate energy, Darkrai GX to accelerate energy. It had an awful lot of tricks to get an awful lot of energy on the board very, very quickly. It was a top deck for a while, but it had an awful lot of tricks. Of course, at the moment, one of the at least most hyped decks in Expanded, though unsure whether it is the best deck yet, Dark Pulse on Greninja and Zoroark. 1 darkness, 1 colorless energy. This attack does 30 damage plus 30 more times the amount of darkness energy attached to all of your Pokemon. Now, this is a 3 prize Pokemon rather than a 2 prize Pokemon, and it's only got an extra 50 HP, which, I mean, proportionally should have 50% more, and it doesn't. It has 25% more. It's giving up 1 extra prize. But the point is, it is a decent little option. It's alright. It's not great. It's alright. But they've also got, I mean, in Standard, nothing. Not as good. But in Expanded, they've got all those same tricks I just mentioned, with your Dark Patch and your Max Elixir and your Darkrai GX. They can get the energy on the field. But we've got a few options as well. Now, one of my favourite options here is actually Red and Blue. You see, Red and Blue is a lovely supporter card that lets you evolve one of your Pokemon in play to a GX, and then search your deck for 2 energy and attach them. And I'm thinking Silvally GX here. It's a Stage 1 GX. It's got a brilliant ability that lets you draw until you've got 5 cards in your hand once per turn, so that's going to help. And every time you play Red and Blue to evolve one of these, you get 2 energy. Then, of course, you've got 2 energy on Silvally. Nothing to stop you using Brave Buddies to do 120 if you've used a supporter. Or using Silverknight GX to get a 1-hit KO on an Ultra Beast. Or maybe even using, I don't know, Water Memory to then be hitting Water Weakness against one of your opponent's Fire Pokemon. That could be fun, and that one was in Team Up, so it's not rotated out yet, nor do we expect it to rotate out in September or August. Probably August. So that would work. I mean, you've got Tapu Koko Prism Star, there's 2 energy. You've got your Red and Blue, that will work quite nicely. You've got Full Blitz on Pikachu and Zekrom, and to be honest, there is an argument here to just use Pikachu and Zekrom for a couple of turns using Full Blitz, then try and get it off the field, or at least heal it up with something like Mallow and Lana, and then just start doing redonkulous damage using Boltund V. And let's not forget that you only need 2 energy on Boltund, so essentially when it goes down, you've only lost 2 energy, all the rest of the energy remains on your field. We are in a time of very high HPs at the moment. So let's say you want to get something like a Mewtwo and Mew, well, they've got 270 HP. If you've got 8 lightning energy on the field in total, that's 240. Add the 10 base damage is 250. Even if you had a Vitality Band to do an extra 10 damage, you're still actually only doing 260, and you're 10 damage short. You could then start playing around with Shrine of Punishment, and then you would get the KO, but now we're getting a little bit awkward. We're really looking at kind of 9 energy to start getting KOs on Tag Team GXs. And Pokemon V, you might be looking at 10 energy or more V max. Pokemon V, most of the time 7 or 8 will do. Against an opposing Boltund, 7 is 220, you're good. Against a Zacian V, 7 is 220, you're good. Zamazenta's got 230, but firstly, Vitality Band, and secondly, that is not a card that's seeing anywhere near as much play at the moment, so I think we'll probably be alright. The other thing we need to mention here is that this is not some card that exists in a vacuum now. We will probably get in the future other things we can use to accelerate lightning energy. And if we do, things are going to get very, very exciting very, very quickly. Now, let's be clear. It's alright. It's pretty good now. I like it now. But we are kind of relying on stuff like Full Blitz. Now, to be fair, there is actually a Magnezone. And it is a Stage 2, but remember, Stage 2s are way better in the Sword and Shield format. Even made a video about it. And although there's only going to be a very brief period of time where it's legal, this will be legal for tournament play in the UK kind of end of May, and Magnazone's going to rotate out probably August. But that Magnazone does allow you to attach as many lightning energy from your hand as you like during your turn. This is the best attacker we've ever had for that Magnazone. For a period of time, we used it with Pikachu EX, and it was quite good, and it was fun, and it was a decent little deck. This is way better than Pikachu EX. Like, way better. Better damage. Much more HP. I love it. I do think it stands a chance for Magnazone, albeit as a Stage 2 Pokemon. Either way, this is a 4-Wossy card. I think this is a phenomenal card. I think it's a really good card. I love the first attack for setting up, and I love the second attack. A deck can be built around it. How have I not mentioned Snuggly Generator yet? Let me mention Snuggly Generator quickly. Pachirisu. You see, Pachirisu from Ultra Prism has got the attack Snuggly Generator. For each of your bench Pokemon that has the Nuzzle attack, search your deck for a lightning energy and attach it to that Pokemon. This potentially allows you to accelerate 6 energy during your turn, because you got the whole bunch of Pokemon like a Molga, which lets you search for other Pokemon with Nuzzle, and then there's a bunch of others. This doesn't have Nuzzle, but essentially you get all your Pokemon out, accelerate energy with Snuggly Generator, maybe you attack with Raichu for a couple of turns, and then you bring in Boltund afterwards. That is probably the best use for it. Apologies it took me so long to mention it, but that is probably the best use for it. Using Raichu here, because Raichu is going to be doing damage for each of your lightning energy in play. And you're going to be accelerating it with Snuggly Generator, and then Boltund comes in at the end, and you're rolling. This is far more of a combo deck, where you need a lot more stuff, but that doesn't mean it's not going to work. I do still wish we had all of those item cards that Darkness Pokemon had back in the day. That would make me extremely happy, and that would make me feel a lot better about the card as a whole. But let's be clear, this will work with that deck very nicely indeed. As a side note, it works with Raichu, but it does a lot more damage than Raichu. Essentially, you just let Raichu go down, and then at some point after Raichu goes down, in comes Boltund to smash. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I think about this card, but I'd like to know what you think about this card. So let me know in the comments section. Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWossy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. And please do make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WossyPlays, where we talk about a whole bunch of games that don't have Pokemon in, but are still pretty gosh darned awesome. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.